All right, so I'm just at Guzman and Gomez, the burrito chain in here in Australia, and I reckon about 4 minutes ago, I ordered a burrito, and here it is. It's delivered, it's made. It's going to be very similar to every other burrito that they make today, and the question is, why is that? Well, despite the changes in ingredients, essentially it's the same thing over and over and over. There's a set process, and they run that process, and the outcome is the same. Burrito is the same. Now, this is interesting. How come they can pull this off? How can they put relatively undertrained people, these guys probably don't have university degrees or anything like that, behind the counter, and outcomes the same thing over and over? And the answer, of course, is that they follow the process. They follow the instructions, or they have been trained on the instructions so that they're now internalized. They don't need to actually use them anymore. They have got a process that they don't need to refer to the instructions, hopefully. Perhaps if it's day one, they do. But after a while, it's like, okay, we're going to do this the same and the same and the same. Now, if you compare this to most typical businesses, this is not what you've got going on. Like, the cool thing about the franchise is they have their marketing and their sales largely taken care of by the franchise. Their back-end systems, their accounting, their hiring processes taken care of by the franchise. Even the purchase systems, the computers, the menus taken care of by the franchise. So all of these things are taken out of the question, and essentially it's just like, okay, how can we get some people in the restaurant to actually put together the burrito? But small startups run into an interesting problem. Number one, you've got one person, two people, three people trying to do 4, 6, 8 jobs. And so every time you change jobs, there's not the chance to internalize that same process. It's not like you're making the burrito over and over and over. You've got 8 different jobs 15 times a day. And so it's very easy to try and keep them in the head. But because there's so many different things get changed, things get done differently, and the outcome is not the same. Now, this is a different problem than for businesses that actually have enough team members to be assigning people to particular tasks. A lot of businesses these days will actually have dependencies between team members. So I'm waiting on Bill over there to do something, who's waiting on Jane, and up until that certain level, which is around 5 or 6 people, things work okay. You can call out, you can write them an email, you can get on the phone, you can find out where they're at, and so that the whole thing works. But as it goes beyond that, then runs into a problem of management. Like, how are you going to manage teams? I was at a pretty cool event. It was called Council of Kings, and in this, a gentleman, very, very good businessman in my opinion, Garrett J. White, dropped a interesting hint. He's like, manage processes, not people. Manage processes, not people. Because if the processes get managed and deployed and done by the people, then that is what gets done. He's meticulous on following process. And in a restaurant like this, it's totally cool. You know, like, it's one process over and over and over. But in your business, most likely, you have multiple processes that you're having to jump between. And if you don't have the capacity to set up the structure for that correctly, then you're going to run into problems. All right, if you want to check out more around this particular issue, then head over to systemio.dev. Go and put in your name and your email there and check out the training I put together for you. All right, I'm going to enjoy my burrito. Thanks for tuning in today. Look forward to seeing you again soon.